avian injection site is 16 mm, an increase of 7, and the skin fold measurement at the bovine injection site is 20 mm, an increase of 8. As the reaction at the bovine injection site is between 1 mm and 4 mm greater than the reaction at the avian injection site, and as there are no clinical signs at the bovine injection site, this animal is deemed to be inconclusive to the test. A negative animal is one in which there are no clinical signs, and either a negative reaction at the bovine injection site, or a reaction at the bovine injection site which is less than or equal to the reaction at the avian injection site. For example, this animal had first day skin fold measurements of 12 mm at the avian injection site and 14 mm at the bovine injection site. 72 hours later, the skin fold measurements at the injection sites are 12 mm and 14 mm respectively. And since there are no clinical signs at the bovine injection site, this animal is deemed to have passed the test. Animal number 56 had first day skin fold measurements of 11 mm at the avian injection site and 14 mm at the bovine injection site. 72 hours later, the skin fold measurement at the avian injection site is 17 mm, an increase of 6, and 18 mm at the bovine injection site, an increase of 4. Since there are no clinical signs at the bovine injection site, and the reaction at the bovine injection site is less than the reaction at the avian injection site, this animal is deemed to have passed the test. However, as there is an increase of more than 2 mm at the bovine injection site, it has not had a negative reaction to the bovine tuberculin and has not passed the single intradermal test. This animal is therefore not eligible for export under EU legislation. Animals identified as reactors at a test must be marked with the reactor tag and a red disc in the left ear, and the details recorded. When animals are deemed reactor or inconclusive, the keeper must be advised to isolate them and to discard their milk if relevant. The herd is then restricted and no bovine movements in or out are permitted unless authorised by the Department of Agriculture. It's essential that all materials used are removed at the completion of the test. And finally, of course, a thorough cleansing and disinfection procedure should be carried out prior to departure. This presentation by the Irish Department of Agriculture has endeavoured to demonstrate the correct application of the single intradermal comparative tuberculin test. Critical elements addressed include equipment, biosecurity, test technique, test reading, data recording, and test interpretation. Meticulous attention to detail is essential in order to carry out the test in accordance with Irish and international requirements. Deviation will produce inconsistent and inaccurate results, and therefore it's anticipated that attention to this production will assist the consistent application and the delivery of the tuberculin test.